Guys, yesterday I released a video about how to get hired and what not to do, and it came with some pretty mixed reviews. I got a comment from Logic Board 7746 who said, "You know nothing about getting a job. Apply in open positions as soon as they are available." And I just want to address this comment because I don't necessarily disagree with it, but I think there's maybe a trap or a flaw that people can fall into when trying to find work, trying to find ways to make money. And to me, this is so important. I'm checking in while on vacation on a beautiful island, a beautiful desert island. I'm thinking about jobs. I'm thinking about how AI is impacting guys' ability to make money and how it's transforming the workforce. And again, if you're new here to the channel, just subscribe. I'm bringing you videos 6 days a week on how AI is impacting the workforce. Again, this is so important to me that I'm checking in while on vacation. I could be by the pool, surrounded with the family, drinking frozen daiquiris, but I'm not. I'm here because I want to address this comment. And again, let me just repeat real quick. Applying to open positions as soon as they are available. I think this is good advice. But here's the trap. And I think a trap that a lot of guys will fall into is you'll wake up, or maybe you'll be up late at night and you're submitting applications, you're submitting resumes to various jobs. And that's not a bad thing to do, but don't stop there. And the trap I think a lot of people fall into is a psychological condition called premature cognitive closure. Premature cognitive closure. Well, what does that mean? Well, when you have an open task, and let's say that task is getting a job or finding a new client or something along those lines, making some extra change, you have this task that needs to be completed. And what you'll do is you'll take certain steps, like, for example, I submitted 10 resumes today. What else can I do? And because you've submitted those resumes, it closes that loop. It closes that psychological loop and gives you this, again, quote, premature cognitive closure. And then you can rest easy knowing, well, I did the work. That is the trap, guys. Don't stop there, because the reality is that when you're just submitting your resume, you're competing against dozens, maybe hundreds, maybe even thousands of other applicants. Almost impossible to stand out that way. Okay, almost impossible to stand out in that way. You got to get on the phone and you got to make some calls. And the point that I was making in yesterday's video was, I'm not actively looking for work. I've got a couple great projects I'm working on. I love what we're doing here on the channel. This is starting to bear fruit. I've been on, some people say, "Oh, Mark, you're just such a bandwagon guy. You're just copying other people." Guys, I made like 1,500 videos on this channel, finally starting to make some money. And to me, that's exciting. But anyway, here's what I'm trying to get at. I've been offered 2 different jobs here in the past month. And again, not even looking. And why is that happening? Because, well, I'm following my own advice. I've really put this out there, guys. We're living through a very tumultuous time in the world. Stuff is happening very, very quickly. Nothing is promised tomorrow. I could easily lose the bulk of my income this week, right? And that's kind of scary, but at the same time, I'm reassured because I know what steps I'll take on the back end. And what I would recommend, what I'm doing, is every day you should be getting on the phone and calling people that you respect. You don't need anything from them, but you respect them, and you want to develop that relationship further. You want to keep that relationship going. These are guys, again, if I were to lose my primary income, I would do a couple things. I would make calls to these guys who I've been developing relationships with and say, "Hey, do you got any work? You got a project? Maybe I can make 1,000 here, a few thousand there," right? And then I've got several side hustles that are built up. And then I can say, okay, I just, 80% of my effort that was on these projects is gone. I'm going to reallocate that effort to other projects that bear fruit, and I can really start to harvest them. Again, this channel has brought a lot of cool opportunities, and that's thanks to guys like you who are locked in and appreciate the topic and the concept, and I think the authenticity. So anyway, I could lean more into this channel and some of the opportunities there, right? But anyway, that's kind of unique to me, but I don't think it necessarily needs to be unique to me. You should, even if you're happy with the position and the jobs that you have right now, you should have some sort of side hustle that at least bears some fruit. You should be planting seeds in different types of side hustles, okay? A. B, you absolutely 1,000%, 100% must be building your Rolodex developing relationships, getting on phone calls with people that you don't need anything from them. You're saying, hey, what's up? What are you working on? What are you excited about? What projects are you working on? What are the problems that you're facing now, right? And then you can position yourself in a place where maybe you can provide value to them now, or maybe even in the future. So again, Logic Board 776, I don't disagree with you. I think that you make, I don't think you make a bad point. Apply into open positions as soon as they are available. I think that's a good idea. But what I would say is don't stop there, A, and B, start preparing for the future now. Start planting seeds in different minds before you need the job. Like if you lose your job and now you start looking for work, you're probably in rough shape because the vast majority of people don't have an emergency fund. You couldn't, if you lost your job, would you be good for 6 months? Most people aren't. Most people aren't. And even if you were good for 6 months, it's going to put a lot of pressure. So start getting prepared now. Actively nurture those relationships. If you're really desperate for a job, it's tough. The more desperate you are, the more stink there is on you. And you don't want that stink. You want to have this, oh yeah, you know, right now I've got about 3, 4, 5 different streams of income. And if one dropped off, I just allocate those resources in that time, either A, to other streams of income, to the streams of income I already have built up, and I start making calls to these other guys and saying, hey, I just freed up 20 hours a week. How can I help you out? You know, oh, I remember you were mentioning that you needed help on your affiliate collaboration project. I got 20 hours. What's up? You know, let's work. And I think that's a really smart place to be. It protects yourself. It removes layers of stress from your life because, guys, listen, the next 24 months are going to be stressful, but you want to be feeling like you're on your beach. You want to have this peace of mind, the green leaves, the blue sky. That's what I want in my life. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I've got a good video planned for tomorrow. There are some major layoffs happening, all AI related. And, you know, listen, on this channel, what I care about is making sure that you're good because the AI stuff is not slowing down. You're not putting the toothpaste back in the tube. AI is going to continue to move forward and, you know, prepare accordingly. The best time to prepare is before you get laid off, before AI takes your job. Start preparing now, and that's kind of my stance. And again, by the way, even if you're young, even if you don't have a lot of relationships, it doesn't mean you can't start. You can call. Like, there's always people you can call, right? And get uncomfortable. I'll close with this. I read a book a few years ago, The 4-Hour Workweek by Tim Ferriss, and he had a really interesting book, great book. And one of the points he made in that book was you need to get comfortable with discomfort. Okay, get comfortable with discomfort. And there was a task that he recommended that you can do. Every time you pull out your wallet, ask for a discount. And I'll tell you what, I would encourage you to try this because it is very uncomfortable to do that, to ask for the discount. But I'll tell you what, I found that about 20 to 30% of the time I asked, I will get a discount. Heck, yesterday I was buying some swim trunks and I said, oh, is that the best price you can give me? And she looked at me, she's like, yeah. And then when I paid, she's like, I took 10% off for you. You know, and that stuff adds up. And the point I'm trying to make is like part of like watching the videos on this channel, guys, this is not a passive experience. It's not, oh, I'll watch a video and I'll be entertained. There'll be some of that. It's, okay, I'm gonna walk away with something I can do today to help improve my life, okay? That's why I'm always talking about making phone calls. That is something you should be doing. But if there's one thing you can do to improve your life, just try to get comfortable with discomfort. Try this tip from Tim Ferriss's 4-Hour Workweek. For the rest of the week, every time you pull out your wallet, just ask for a discount. See what happens. Report back in the comments, ping me, email me. You can email me, mark@markspotmedia.com. I want to hear what you did and I'll share it on the channel. Anyway, thanks for watching the video. Appreciate you guys. Love you guys. Have a great week. I'm going to go chill with the family. All right. See ya. Peace.